Hey guys, welcome back to Making It with Michelle. Today we have a very special episode. It's the first episode of Food for Thought, and I have with me a special guest, my sister, Grace. Okay. applause, yay. I'm actually happy you're here today. Thank you for being here and thank you for joining me. Do you know what today is about?
Popcorn and film.
It's actually close. It's about reality TV. That's the topic of conversation today, y'all. We're going to be talking about reality TV. And I'm very excited because I'm not obsessed, but I have some thoughts. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So Grace, what started your love for film?
Love for film. It started with seeing what could be done, right? I talk about it all the time. I watched They've Gotta Have Us. It's a docu-series by Simon Frederick, and it pretty much just highlights like the history of Black cinema, and it just kind of changed my vision for film, right? So I've always cared about like messaging and storytelling in a different way and advocacy, and I thought it would take me in a career of like politics and law.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And did it? Sure. But was I satisfied? No.
Okay.
And that's where I found myself watching this docuseries and seeing that advocacy, messaging, storytelling, and creativity could all be thrown together to create films that could honestly probably go much further than a certain politician or whatever.
Interesting. Okay, so now that we're in it, today the food that I've made to pair with this whole TV talk is of course popcorn, right? I feel like it's simple, it's good. I got 3 flavors for us. Cut to the footage. I got 3 flavors for us. Right here on my left, your right,
Let me
salted. That's crazy. I'll let you guess the last flavor. It's just salted popcorn, and that's it, right? So then in the middle, we have, I feel like, you want to guess this one? You can guess this one.
Cocoa Crispy
Anyway.
flavored.
It's just chocolate. It's chocolate-coated popcorn. I'm very excited for that one because it looks really good. And then the last one, go ahead and guess. I feel like you know what this is.
Cheddar?
It's white cheddar. There you go. Which I'm obsessed with. So I'm very excited to try that one, but we're going to try that one last. So we're going to go ahead and try the...
Can I get a white,
salted,
please?
Anyways, the salted popcorn. Listen to the crunch.
Ew.
ASMR. Okay. Not bad. It's popcorn.
So I'm drinking peppermint tea.
Oh yeah, Grace is a little under the weather.
A lot under the weather.
Thoughts? Can you even taste it? Because it's a bit salty for me.
I think I do taste something. I mean, it's cool. I do like it. I just can't really taste it because I'm sick. But I'm sure you did your thing.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the first question.
Okay.
Are you a fan of reality TV? If so, which ones? If not, why?
Long story short, no. I do not like reality TV in like the slightest. But that does not mean I've never indulged in reality TV. Definitely was an avid fan of like Keeping Up with the Kardashians growing up. Shameless to say I've probably seen way too many seasons. But I don't really watch it in general. I have like recently watched Love Is Blind.
And we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
We'll get to it in a little bit.
I guess Big Brother counts as reality. Yeah.
Oh, you could talk about that.
I would say Big Brother is the only thing that like I would continuously watch, if not for like racism.
Yeah.
But
that's
like
the only thing that ruins it, really.
Exactly. And so that's probably the most like effective reality TV in my opinion, just because like Keeping Up with the Kardashians at some point just kind of get sick of another family drama. And then Love Is Blind is just,
it's so messy and so good.
it's not even that messy as much. Well, actually, it got
It's
really
messy.
It got
really like if you
messy.
haven't finished watching it, you guys, I guess whenever we talk about it, skip ahead or catch up. I don't know when this is coming out, but you should have watched it by now. But it was so messy. It was so good, and we'll talk about that. Okay, so like I said, right, reality TV, I'm not obsessed. I don't think that I qualify as obsessed, but lately I've been into a few shows. Love is Blind is one of them. I've been obsessed with Big Brother. You already know that. We've been watching that for years.
Yeah.
I recently watched The Mole on Netflix, and I'm a little sad because I don't think they're doing another season. I also watched, what is that one called?
Squid Games.
I watched Squid Game, but not the reality one.
Yeah.
I tried watching that one.
That joke didn't go through.
LOL. I'm trying to remember what was the. This is not a plug. This is not sponsored by Netflix, but it's Netflix. If you want to sponsor me, please. I'm here. The Circle. I watched that one. I know you watched a little bit of that one. The Ultimatum.
Let's not put it that way. I observed you watch The Circle.
Okay. I made you watch a little bit of The Ultimatum with me. I really liked that one. That one was really good. And the whole like Vanessa Lachey and Nick Lachey franchise. I mean, it's good TV, but I don't know. Sometimes I just have questions. But speaking of questions, I'm going to ask you the next one.
All
right. So do you think, in all reality, no pun intended, that these people on these reality shows want to be there? Because thinking back to, when we used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, it seemed like Rob did not want to be there.
Sure didn't.
But because his sisters and the rest of his family was part of the show, he kind of felt like he had to be there. And, I don't know if this is Rob's true feelings. This is just what I've observed. But yeah, what do you think in terms of reality TV in general and shows like that?
I think that part of the issue of reality TV is that there's no way everyone wants to be there. I think that in general, like even let's break it down, right? Big Brother. I don't even think not everyone on Big Brother actually wants to be there after a while, right? Because your perception of a thing when it's on TV versus actually being in the thing are not the same. When it comes to like a lack of privacy and just the amount of like nonsense that you have to go through when things are on TV, like people's emotions, their handling of situations, it's all amplified when there's a camera involved. And so even if you want to, do you really want to? I would only say that those who really want to are those who like return, and even then I bet you there are still some folks left.
And I'm wondering, why do they return? Do they get paid for this? Like, I know that they have a 2-year contract, I believe, with CBS after
Big Brother.
Big Brother, yeah. So I'm wondering, like, what is in that contract? What are the details of that contract? Because
I mean, not
like
even just Big Brother though. I think people return when like the thing is, how do you get on TV and you get known, famous, whatever, popular, celebrity status, and then return to normal life, even if you don't like it, right? Like, I always thought about how people return to like jobs afterward, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you can't just return to a regular 9 to 5 because people are going to be like, you come with a lot of like baggage. And
like, we know who you really are now type thing.
And not just that, like, because you work or because you've been on TV, you can bring unnecessary attention to us. So I just always felt like, do people ever go back to like regular jobs after that? Can they go back to regular jobs? So then if the case is that you didn't think about that before you went to the house, but now you're out of the house and you can't return to no regular job, you now gotta start living as an influencer or celebrity or whatever like
by
that.
Force.
No, because like what is left?
No, it's funny you say that because I know a lot of the people who want to go back to the regular jobs in terms of Big Brother, I think they do, unless they get fired for being racist, bigoted, awful. All of the above. I think it's just a myriad of issues that they have, because another thing that I don't understand is how they forget they're on camera. And I know we talked about this a little bit. I don't know how you can forget you're being watched 24/7.
I don't think it's that they forget that they're on camera. I think it's that they forget that there are real consequences, right? Because you live in a bubble where the consequences are probably mitigated. Is that the right word? Who cares? Because like it's how do I say this? Because it's 16 people or however many people, it's this small population. Like, you're not having to worry about being shunned by hundreds of people. You're having to worry about maybe 8 people disliking you, right?
Yeah. And
that's not as intense as like being in the world and like your community talking about you for real. And so I think that's what it is. It's just the consequences, because there's no way you don't forget you're on camera. They're playing up for the camera, right?
I think a lot of people are, and producers do ask them to do a lot of things. I remember Jasmine from, I don't remember what season, a couple seasons ago. Oh no, season 22, 23. 23. She was told that she had to play up her accent for being like a Southern belle for the camera, and everyone was like, why is she talking like that? And myself, I was like, why is she talking like that when there were times where she was talking and she clearly didn't have that thick of an accent. So producers do have a lot of influence on how the I don't want to say characters, how the contestants behave. Okay, so now we're gonna get on to our next flavor.
Come on.
The chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm most excited for it, so let's go ahead and taste it. Let me know if you taste anything this time. Oh, it's a little sticky. Ooh.
Sticky Ricky.
You hear that crunch? It's almost coated because I used almond bark. So not really chocolate. It's like a dipping chocolate. So it's like coated in it.
Let me tell you something. Being sick is not fun.
This is really good. I'm so sorry. I might have to save you some for whenever you're not sick.
I can like feel the texture.
This would have slapped while we were watching Love is Blind. The reunion episode.
I'm so sorry. Is it salty?
It's a bit salty. It's salty and
so
sweet.
I'm picking up on the saltiness.
Wow, this is so interesting.
And I can feel the texture of the. Maybe if somebody's watching this and can diagnose this based on what I'm saying
This is science
about
episode now.
LOL. I don't know anything about science, other than it's fake. NASA isn't real.
Okay,
Earth is flat.
Let's please be for real. So we talked about this a little bit already, but dating shows. Thoughts? You're not serious.
Dating reality shows.
Mm-hmm. I mean, aren't all dating shows reality?
I guess you're right.
Yeah, because I don't think there are any dating shows that are
fiction,
like,
narrative.
yeah.
My thoughts are. I think that's why I don't like reality television. Because it's like The Bachelor and Bachelorette.
The whole
like when
Bachelor
you were
franchise.
young, it was like it's cool for like 0.2 seconds, and then you watch a couple of them, and you're like, I know you're not all boys. Not everyone here is put together.
Yeah.
And so you start realizing that people are playing it up, and so you go from there to like, oh, I've seen clips of Love Island. I just don't believe that everyone's. I personally cannot get into it, and I've never given it a try. So sorry for the sponsorships that are being lost right now.
You're not serious. She might not give it a try. I'm just kidding. I'm not giving it a try either.
So
I'll be Big Brother though.
Like Love is Blind, but that's not dating. If
Oh,
you're
that's
talking
true.
specifically
That's true.
to dating, right?
That's true.
Even Love is Blind, I never intended to watch it. Here we are at season 6, and the only reason I'm watching it is because I walk in and you're watching it. And really, truly, even beyond that, the only reason I'm watching it is because I think the scene that I walked in was AD. And so I'm like, there's a black
AD
woman looking
Clay.
for love. No, it wasn't Clay.
Oh my gosh, it was Matthew, wasn't it?
I don't know. Well, maybe it was Clay. I don't know. I just know that I think it was AD maybe even telling her story.
Okay.
And so I'm like, oh, there's a relatively young black woman. Why did I do that? I shouldn't call her relatively young. She a woman, a black woman. So AD is a black woman looking for love, and because I walked in, I'm like, oh, I can kind of relate.
That's kind of crazy.
Triggered. Anyways, there was something about AD that I was just like, oh, I kind of want to hear more of her, and so that's where my interest in the entire show came from. If I didn't walk in on AD specifically, I don't think I would have watched Love is Blind. So representation matters.
I do agree, though. I think that a lot of the people that I root for, I subconsciously, or not even I overtly root for them simply because of representation. Unless I start acting stupid.
Like what's her name? Kenneth and
Kenneth and Brittany.
There we go.
Yeah, I really liked Kenneth and Brittany.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, they did not last.
But their friendship did. And that
like
is
that.
Another way of rooting for a black man.
LOL. Okay.
But Brittany's cool too. I like
Brittany. I really like Brittany.
Yeah.
Now she's really cool. And I really wish they had lasted, but it is what it is. So okay, well, what do you think may be some of the psychological implications of being on dating shows? I'm specifically talking about Love is Blind here, or even The Ultimatum. The whole, and they have a third one that I haven't watched yet. I don't think I'm gonna watch. But the whole, again, Vanessa and Nick Lachey franchise thing, because contestants have said in the past that they heavily coax them into drinking a lot, and they don't really feed them that much, and they don't give them enough water throughout the day. So like, I feel like they believe all these feelings are true, and they can be true, but they're probably heightened because of the alcohol. So when things don't work out and things blow up and just things happen, what do you think are the psychological implications of being on reality TV, dating shows, Love is Blind specifically, just in general?
You know, even before the alcohol or the not being fed, which honestly, what is this fancy prison? But
it is a fancy prison.
Luxury prison. I would say the implications of going on TV and talking about, ooh,
Say it.
disgusting.
Say it.
I love you publicly.
Yeah.
Like going through that process and being vulnerable publicly, that itself has implications. Because how are you, if you walk out of that without, you know, the success story of like this lucky marriage that produced whatever, and we were in this till we died,
That's
right?
on TV.
Like we play that back.
The internet's forever until it's
Social
not.
media is ruthless. They know that, right? And so
I mean, look at Jimmy, Chelsea, and Jessica's love mess.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the other ones, the one that we just didn't know was gonna go betray Lauren like that.
I want to say
Jeremy,
Sarah and Laura,
Ann.
and Sarah Ann. This has turned into a Love Is Blind podcast. It's not a podcast.
Past it.
It's not a podcast.
I guess in general, any dating show, whether it's The Bachelorette, Love Is Blind, The Ultimatum, whatever, Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Big Brother.
Yeah,
because they have showmances and they try to force that as well, and they do give them alcohol.
Well, I'm just saying in general, just like, again, just the psychological implications of just because for the rest of us, like, we have the opportunity to be like, oh, I don't want to put my personal on social media just yet.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I don't want to tell folks just yet.
Yeah.
Oh, we can be on the DL. We don't have to be outside, blah,
The
blah, blah,
whole
blah, blah, just
terms,
yet.
soft launch, hard launch, they've
And
coined for a
these folks
different
just
thing.
be like, oh, I'm looking in that direction. And now the whole world is like, and they're in love.
I'm shipping it. They already have 60 fan accounts made.
You know?
Yeah.
And then if you don't follow through with that, like, there's some type of way that, like, you may feel, or you may even feel stuck in that. So before even getting to, like, the alcohol and the lack of food, which just blows my mind. I'm so sorry. A lack of food is probably
I don't
not
know if
gonna...
that's true, you know. Allegedly. Netflix, I still want that sponsorship, please. Allegedly.
Lack of food gonna lead you into somebody's arms? Like, I just don't see
I
that
mean, you
working for
fasted
me.
before.
Arms of Jesus? I'm begging and bleeding, yeah. I guess you're right, whatever.
And alcohol. People do crazy things when they're...
I mean, and that makes sense. I guess the lack of food is to make sure that the alcohol's, you know, fully
working.
That's so scary.
Again, allegedly.
The implications of the rest of the stuff, honestly, I don't know. I don't do drugs.
Oh. And that's a good lesson. Okay.
What is it? Dope is what?
Say there's no wait. If there's no hope in dope, that's
come on, Zach Morrison crew.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the final flavor.
Let's have it.
The one I've been most eager to try, which I'm a little nervous about because I've like tried different flavorings from like let's be honest, Walmart or like whatever store you go to, the little seasoning thingies.
Oh, the cheddar?
Yeah, and I tried it, I didn't like it. So we're gonna see what happens. So go ahead, grab one. Or grab some. I'm a little concerned as to why it's sticky.
You know what's so funny? I think I can
it?
taste the cheddar. How would I not taste chocolate, but I can taste cheddar?
It doesn't taste like cheddar to me. It just tastes salted in a different way. The first one is salted.
Okay, so I was going to say that, but I couldn't tell if it was because my taste buds are off.
I'm a little thrown off. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. And
This
it's
is the most
sticky.
flavorful.
Yes. It is flavorful. Why is it sticky though? That's so weird.
That's what I do like. But I'm
That's
concerned
so crazy.
with how salty it is.
It's a bit too salty for my liking. I don't think I'm gonna continue eating that. It tastes a little stale, like chewy. Yeah, I like the normal just salted popcorn.
That is
better
too
than
salty
that.
now. It finally hit.
So I'm gonna
That
rank
penetrated the taste
Yeah.
buds.
But if I had to rank it, I'm gonna do chocolate first, regular salt, cheddar third. Thoughts? What is your ranking?
I'd probably say the same. No. Chocolate, cheddar, regular. Because chocolate, I believe that it's good, right? I trust that there was enough flavor, but it wasn't overbearing.
Oh, God,
Cheddar,
so good.
because there was flavor, but it was overbearing. And then third would be regular because I tasted nothing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Once again, this is not because of making it with Michelle. This is.
We know.
Okay.
We know. We know.
Sure. Make sure the folks out. The folks out.
Hello, guys. So we had some technical difficulties, lost a lot of footage. So we're back. I know we look a little different, but we're just going to pick up where we left off, right? Like nothing ever happened. So as someone in the business, you know, show business, TV business, whatever you want to call it, do you think you'd ever produce, write, direct any reality show at any capacity?
Negative. Actually, no. So I wouldn't do Love is Blind. I wouldn't do a Love is Blind kind of show. Okay. None of that. I'm not. I fear God. I'm not messing with nobody's love life.
Okay.
However, I would do, so funny I say I fear God, but I would do Big
Brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's messing with something different, but that show is so good.
Well, it's because I feel like every personality in the Big Brother house, like, how do I say this? They don't need the producer to like go ham.
Yeah.
Whereas like I just once again like, what if the people don't end up in love? You know what I'm saying? Like and there's romance in Big Brother.
There is
like
lots of showmances, yeah. And some even came out, with marriage, so that's good.
Good for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And kids. They have Big Brother babies already.
Who has a baby? Oh, Rachel and Brendan.
Brendan.
Is the blonde couple
I think Jeff and Jordan.
I don't recall them having kids.
I think they have kids. They might not have kids.
What's her name? The other blonde one from like first 3 seasons or something like that. One of the first couple of seasons. Kesar's friend.
Oh, Janelle. Janelle has kids, but she wasn't a showman. Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense for
Kesar's friend. That's crazy. Don't you dare disrespect Janelle.
I don't remember. It's not disrespectful.
I mean, just to not remember her name alone is disrespectful.
Look at you.
I love me, Kesar. We're not getting into that. Question. It's okay.
Before neither.
But she has her own name. That's all I was trying to say.
No, for sure. I was trying to remember it. I couldn't remember it, so I said Kesar's friend.
That's so funny. Okay. Yeah. So you wouldn't do just any reality show? It'd have to be like a Big Brother type.
That or Squid Games.
But I would actually love to be a participant in like the non-lethal, like the realistic one that they did.
Squid Games is not interesting. Well, I wouldn't know because I didn't watch.
You didn't watch Squid Games?
The reality one?
Oh, okay. I didn't watch that one either.
Yeah, I watched the murderous. Yeah.
But if like there was no like death or anything like that,
it would be fun.
I mean,
not that
that's why
fun.
I never finished
the entertaining as television. Excuse me, not that was fun, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
But I know you didn't watch the season of Love is Blind, any other season but season 6, but either last season or the season before. I can't remember.
I didn't watch the first episode of season 6 either, so I'm really truly separating myself.
Okay. Well, my question was, I know Chelsea. They mentioned spoiler alert. They mentioned that she is now a talent search person.
Yeah.
So would you be something to that capacity?
Would I be talented for a Love is Blind-esque show?
I guess for any reality show that needs talent. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. Maybe that's how, like, ever since they said they did those psychological tests, and I know they were playing with people, so I might give it one season. I might give it a shot.
I'm looking for a job. If you're looking for someone who knows how to give you entertainment, please hit me up. That's very interesting. I feel like you'd be good at that, though.
I would too, which is why if it didn't work out, I'd be very irritated and want to quit. Yeah.
Even after watching The Circle, I've been watching more and more of that lately as well. I'm like, they definitely pick specific characters, character types,
things, people who will mesh, and then those who won't.
Yeah.
Mesh.
So. Yeah,
I have a question. I would like to ask a follow-up question. You said you feel like I'd be good at that. Why would I be
good at picking out?
Yeah,
I feel like you have a lot of discernment, which you probably have been. I know you know this. I know you have discernment. You're very wise as well. So I feel like you can pick out. LOL. I feel like you can pick out those who may have, we'll say, laid back character traits, and those who are very eccentric.
I feel like if there are results, if you don't follow those results, that's okay.
It's okay.
It's giving Maury.
You're actually not serious.
You knew he wasn't the father before you brought him out here.
No, and then they went through that whole shebang. But it is what it is. At this point, I mean, I guess people got the truth. So, last question. So, do you think that there's more to TV and film, or do you think that we as a society have reached our peak? And I'll go ahead and answer first.
Yeah, go on.
Ooh, the sun is coming back out. I believe that it is hard. It is trash. No disrespect to anyone, filmmakers, producers, writers, directors. No disrespect. But I just don't like where we're going or what I'm seeing. It's just all the same or boring.
Yeah.
Like no one has really pulled anything out that's new or spectacular. I feel like the last movie I watched that wasn't like a documentary, or anything of like substance, that I liked, that I thought was really good, was Knives Out. I really liked it because it did follow the whodunit, like
fictional narrative.
Yeah, but it was still, I don't know, to me it was still slightly different. And maybe it was just a really good cast. Maybe that's what it was, because I do like the cast.
Yeah. Maybe
I'm biased in that way, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm not impressed by anything else.
We've seen some interesting movies since then.
Yeah,
like Aquaman 2.
Oh my gosh! Please, Jason. I'm glad you decided to cut it off, because there doesn't need to be a third one. Again, no disrespect. It made its money, but like that movie was garbage.
But then, so what you're probably even speaking to is industry, right? Like it's a business. If you know that you can stick somebody's face in this movie and turn your $100, I almost said little $100 million investment, but it didn't little about that, into a $300 million or $400 million, or heck, I don't know how they're making much more than that. But if you were not so great movie only costs $100 million, and you can make 6-7 times that, then of course, who gonna stop me?
Yeah,
right. If you don't have,
you're talking about someone very specific.
No, I'm talking about Hollywood.
I know we had the conversation about Tom Cruise.
I don't think all his movies are just like,
not all of it. All of them. What was the mission? No, it wasn't Tom Cruise. Was it Tom Cruise?
It's half of Hollywood.
But I think you were saying
probably. I mean,
also,
if you look at it,
Tubi movies.
Okay,
Tubi. Well, let's not.
No. Tubi's the same thing. It's if I can take. It's so disrespectful. If you could take your $20 film. Oh my god! If you could take your
being generous.
If you can take your film made on favors and a prayer,
that's
right,
crazy.
and then turn it into, I don't know how much folks on Tubi get paid, but I guess it's a couple hundred, couple thousand just to keep it. No, because I mean, people watch Tubi.
I feel like kids watch Tubi.
No,
like teenagers watch Tubi.
No, adults watch. There's a Tubi population out there. People who actively. It's probably even still for critique, but people watch it, right? And it's the same thing. Like, you just have to know who to market to. Come on, business school. Okay. Like, it's the same thing, but in a different market, different population. And so if you know your demographics, will go to the theaters to watch a $100 million movie. That's how you make that 6-7 times the investment. Yeah. I mean, I too would make a movie for $20 if it always ended up giving me a 6 or 7 times. Well, no.
What's it, 6 to 7? It have to be like 200%. Like,
well, 200% is less. It's only 2 times.
Oh my gosh.
No, but like, I guess in the sense of like, if I knew that no matter what I invested, I was going to make 6-7 back, then, or 6-7 times back, then yeah, I might go do a little something, pull out a little something.
But I thought you had integrity. I'm just kidding.
No, I would try to make it good, but if it wasn't, I would at least try.
You don't think they try to make it good? You think they're making it bad on purpose?
No, I'm telling you. There are folks who don't care about quality.
You know, it's actually okay.
There's somebody in Atlanta, a famous somebody who is known for bad wigs and writing all his.
Hey, let's not talk about. Let's leave that away.
Because I'm not even coming at him. I think he's made some nice movies. Right?
Entertaining. I'll give him that much.
Well, I mean, even nice. Why did I get married?
What? Now we're getting very specific.
Well, I'm gonna give him credit where credit's due. You or he, right, might not necessarily, the message might not necessarily resonate with everyone, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it was still pretty well put together. Like, I it's gonna be harder to like argue that versus, I don't know any of the two. I'm not speaking to any specific project because I don't watch the other projects, right? Yeah. But we just know that he's the only, in the past at least, I don't know if it still is, has been the only writer in his writer's room, and even natural talent, right, can't get you the quality that is needed for us to be like, this was not a business move, this was a labor of love. It's okay, he's a businessman. Yeah. And he's been successful, and his next steps are probably to change up a little bit what that plan has been. He's built up his thing. I think he can, what did the kids say? Stand on business.
Okay. All right, well, thank you so much, Grace, for being here on the very first episode of Food for Thought. I appreciate you. Where can the people find you if they want to follow you and see what you're up to and what creative things you're doing?
They can find me here or here.
Grace, I'm not playing with you.
I don't know. You can find Art of Grace on Instagram. So that will be Art of Grace. Username may change. Michelle will have it.
I'll put it somewhere on the screen. Maybe here,
or there, or here, or here, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can find me there.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want to say to the people?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Thank you for having me. Oh my gosh.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next time on Food for Thought. Stay blessed.
Thank you.